Welcome back to this edition of Miss Max Academy. On CK12, I had given you the assignment Angles of Elevation and Depression. And for some reason or another, they had laws of sines as part of that assignment. So over here, I provided you with the laws of sines. So the law of sines says side A over the sine of angle A is equal to the length of side B over the sine of angle B, which is equal to the length of side C over the sine of angle C. And we can use that proportion to help us find a missing side in this particular situation, and then in fact answer the problem. So if you take a minute and read the prompt, it says you're riding along a straight river at a speed of 180 meters per minute. At a given time, you see the bearing of Jack's house on the other parallel road is north 72 degrees west, and 5 minutes later, the bearing is north 55 degrees west, and you see the figure below. What is the width of the river? So what they're asking us to find is this distance right here, okay? So in order to find this distance right here, the easiest way to approach this is to find the length of this side first. And in order to do that, I'm going to highlight the triangle that we should be starting with. So let's take a look at this triangle right here. Okay, and let's find the angles of that triangle before we move on. So first, the vertical and the horizontal are perpendicular to each other. So this is 90, and 90 plus 55, which is this big angle right here, is 145. So that large obtuse angle is 145 degrees. This angle inside right here, well, you can clearly see there's a right angle here. So 90 minus 72, which is this angle right here, would be 18 degrees. And then the three angles of a triangle add up to 180. So 180, subtract 145, subtract 18 is 17 degrees, and that would be this angle right here. So now we have the three angles of our triangle. Additionally, we know that we're traveling at 180 meters per minute. So we're traveling at a rate of 180 meters per 1 minute. And we're traveling for 5 minutes. We have minutes in the numerator and minutes in the denominator. They cancel out. They give us an answer in meters, which is a distance, and 180 times 5 is 900. So 900 what? 900 meters. That's the distance between here and here. Now we have enough information using laws of sines to find this distance right here. So let's just label the three angles of our triangle. We're going to call this angle right here, or this vertex A. We'll call this vertex right here B, and we'll call this vertex C. Remember, our goal is to find this side first, okay? So in order to find this side is across from vertex B. So we have to use this part of the laws of sines, okay? So we're going to say B over sine of angle B. And now we labeled this vertex A, and we have this side length right here, 900 meters. So we're going to use is equal to A over sine A. Now we're going to plug it in. We don't know side length B. We do not know this side right here. So we're going to call it little b. And little b is over the sine of angle B, which is the sine of 145 degrees. And little a, well, here's vertex A right here. So across from that, little a is 900. Over the sine of angle A, which is the sine of 17 degrees. So then we would get B is equal to 900 times the sine of 145 divided by the sine of 17 degrees. So take a second and do that in your calculator. 900 times the sine of 145 degrees is 516.21, and then the sine of 17 degrees is 0.29. So we do 516 divided by 0.29, and we get B is 1,765.63. I'm just going to keep that number in my calculator. I am not going to round it. So B, the distance from here to here, is 1,765.63 meters. Now I'd like to draw your attention to another triangle in this picture, and that's this triangle right here. That triangle is a right triangle. You can clearly see the angle here is 90 degrees, where the horizontal meets the vertical. We have a 72-degree angle. We have the length of the hypotenuse is 1,765.63 meters, and we're asked to find the width of the river. That would be right here, W. Width of the river. That's that distance from here to here. So, in order to find the width of the river, we have the hypotenuse. We're looking for the side adjacent to 72 degrees. So adjacent over hypotenuse is the cosine function. So we'd say the cosine of 72 degrees is equal to the side adjacent, which is the width of the river, divided by the hypotenuse. And again, this number not rounded off is in our calculator. And in order to find the width, we're just going to multiply both sides by 1,765.63. Okay, so we have that number in our calculator. We're going to hit times the cosine of 72 degrees. And we get the width of the river is 545.61 meters. And that is the answer to our prompt. So again, we did not introduce the laws of sines in honors geometry yet, so this would be considered a challenge problem. But I just wanted to present it for those people who may in fact be interested in the challenge of something they haven't seen or done before. So tune in again for the next episode of Miss Mac's Academy.